It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty woods, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in this neighborhood with you, so let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? Hello, television neighbors. What? Here we are, visiting again. I got 3 things I would like to show you. This is an artwork of a giant shark. This is a painting of a robot. And this is a color of a ice cream. Now, before we go to visit James Anderson's bakery, and before we visit my dear friend Miss Bo Washington and her 2 children that she's going to read her bedtime stories to, I have a song for you. There are many ways to say I love you. There are many ways to say what love is. Many ways, many ways, many ways to say I love you. There's the asking way to say I love you. There's the asking way to say what love is. There's the asking way. There's the asking way. There's the asking way to say I love you. Alright, now I think it's time for us to go visit Mr. James Anderson's bakery right now to see James Anderson and Miss Bo Washington and her 2 children, Miss Whitney Barbara and Mr. Sam Clark. So come along with me and we can go to James Anderson's bakery right away. Come along. James!
Victor, good to see you again, my friend.
How are you, Chef Anderson?
Very well.
Hello, Miss Bo Washington.
Hello, Mr. Sprinkle.
How are you, Mr. Sam Clark?
I'm doing great.
Miss Whitney Barbara, good to see you.
Good to see you too, Victor.
I like all 3 of you to meet my television neighbor. This is Mr. Sam Clark, Miss Bo Washington, and Mr. Whitney Barbara. Miss Whitney Barbara.
And I'm chopped liver.
And of course you already know my dear friend Chef James Anderson.
Hello, television neighbor.
So, Miss Bo Washington. I hear you're gonna be reading to some of your children some bedtime stories here at Chef Anderson's Bakery.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chef Anderson, for hosting us. I just wanted to promote a couple books that I've produced over the years, and won't take up all your airtime. I think probably everybody already knows about Spot's First Christmas, which was one of my first books a long time ago. And then also this one, The Reflection in Me, is lovely. Surf's Up is a very fun book about frogs who surf. Yeah, and I think that was one of your favorites, right? Mr.
Yes.
Sprinkle, yes. You said this book meant a lot to you. Could you say why? Just give me a little feedback on Surf's Up.
Well, it's about frogs who learn how to surf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some lovely illustrations. Yeah, so, there's a whale in it. Was there any special message that spoke to you about the book?
Well, it was a peaceful and quiet book
Mm-hmm.
that learned a lot to me about surfing.
Yeah. Well, that's important, living up in Santa Cruz and with all the surfing going on down in Tahiti right now for the Olympics. But what I'd actually like to highlight is a personal favorite, and also my daughter's favorite.
You mean Whitney's favorite?
My daughter Whitney's favorite, Stella Luna, which I believe actually you had as a child, and because this book was published in '93. And yeah, it's really been in the family for a long time, and we love it. It's the story of a bat named Stella Luna, which is a beautiful name, right?
Now, would you like
Kind of
to?
reminds me of stars.
Now, would you like to read some?
Yeah, I'm gonna read a little bit, just a little bit.
To
I'll paraphrase it.
your children and to my television neighbor.
Yeah, so there's this beautiful mama bat who's flying through the sky with her baby bat, but an owl attacks her and she drops her baby, her precious little baby, and her baby is so scared, but she does manage to grab onto a tree, but then she falls into a bird's nest. And so she's there with the birds, and when the mama bird comes with a grasshopper, she does like the other baby birds and opens up her mouth, and she gets a grasshopper, but she does not like the grasshopper because she's a type of bat that actually likes fruit. She does not like the grasshopper, but that's what the birds are eating. They're eating caterpillars and grasshoppers. So she does to stay alive, and she's about the same size as the other baby birds. And now Stella Luna is much more comfortable hanging upside down, and the baby birds try it. They try to hang up upside down, but their mama gets very angry with them because it's dangerous. They could fall and die, and she yells at Stella Luna. And so they don't do that anymore. Stella Luna tries to be like a good bird, and they do learn how to fly. But there's this problem when they perch on a branch. Stella Luna cannot perch upright on a branch. She just can't. She just falls upside down every time. So there's this really funny sequence, I think we like, of Stella Luna embarrassing herself, trying to stand on top of the branch. But she just doesn't have the right anatomy to do that. But here's her best try. Kind of like the balance beam, Definitely a balance beam kind of situation. But she's really good at flying, and she's flying like crazy, and then one day she flies so far she gets lost and tired, and then all these bats come. And they talk to her, and they actually help her find her mom, and she's so happy to be back with the bats. They show how bats can see at night and eat mangoes, and she eats a mango, and she's like, oh yes, I'm never eating bugs again. But she misses her bird friends. And so she goes back to visit them, and they try to hang out. So Luna wants to show them how she flies at night and eats mangoes, but they all almost fall down and die because they can't fly at night. And so Stella Luna manages to catch them. They don't die. And she says, we're safe. I wish you could see in the dark too. We wish you could land on your feet, Flitter replied. Pip and Flap nodded. Those are her 3 bird friends. They perched in silence for a long time. How can we be so different and feel so much alike? Mused Flitter. And how can we feel so different and be so much alike? Wondered Pip. I think this is quite a mystery, Flap chirped. I agree, said Stella Luna. But we're friends, and that's a fact.
Oh, that is very special.
Very sweet. There's a lesson for life there.
So,
My daughter, what was it, your big lesson you take out of this book?
No matter where you come from and no matter how different you are from everybody else, like in looks and what you're able to do and what where you're not able to do, you guys can still be friends and learn to accept each other, because at the end of the day what matters is how you guys make each other become better.
So, Bo, Sam, Whitney, I've got a question for you. At what age did you all start to learn how to read?
Well, I'd like to say that my mom made me learn how to read while I was in the womb.
That was a pretty good trick.
Yeah, she started early.
Yeah.
So, at the age of like 3?
As soon as I learned how to talk, I learned how to read.
So,
So I would say about when I was like 1 year old.
1 years old?
Yeah, I wouldn't let her just speak. She had to write it down.
Yeah.
And did you ever express yourself with your feelings about these books? I mean, did you ever feel happy learning as a family when reading these bedtime stories to other children?
Yeah.
Very happy times. Some of the happiest times of my life.
Well, Miss Bo Washington, Sam Clark, Brittany Barbara, Chef James Anderson. I had a lovely visit at your neighborhood bakery, but unfortunately, I must go back to my television home right now, but I would like to come back some other time and listen to the beautiful Bo Washington read more of her stories some other time.
We'd love to have you anytime.
You're welcome back whenever you like, Victor.
All right. Well, I must keep going, but thank you, Chef Anderson for having me in the neighborhood.
You're very welcome. Good to see you. Come back soon.
All right, thank you, Miss Bo Washington,
My pleasure.
and Sam Clark, and Miss Whitney Barbara.
Thank you, Victor.
Bye.
All right, let's go back to my place. That was quite an adventure to James Anderson's bakery, wasn't it? I'm glad to be able to share with you some of those interesting kids and Miss Bo Washington. But now I think it's time to get the trolley booklet, and we'll have some make-believe right now. Alright, now we've been pretending that Anna Platypus was still scared of her make-believe book, and Handyman Joe Negri was still working on her solution to her problem. But let's also pretend that Mr. McFeely, played by my dad again, is gonna give her a speed delivery toy to help her work on that very same problem again. So let's think about some of the other things that Anna can do to help her with her emotions. So let's keep thinking about that now as we pretend that the trolley booklet costume is on its way to the neighborhood of make-believe. Are you ready, trolley booklet? Okay. I think you need some help with the speed delivery service, Mr. McFeely and Handyman Joe Negri.
Well, you got that right, X. You think you could fly some packages over the forest for me?
Yes, indeed, Handyman Joe Negri and Mr. McFeely.
Well, then you are hired. Come on down to the office tonight and I'll let you deliver some packages.
Now, are you sure that Anna will feel all right once we get those delivery packages done?
I can only hope so, X. It's been a struggle for poor Anna, and I'm about at wit's end. I've tried just about everything I know to get her over her fear and anxiety, but maybe you can help by delivering some special gift to her.
Handyman Joe Negri and Mr. McFeely of extraordinary gift delivery for Anna Platypus, I presume?
You've got that right, Your Highness. That's who the two of us are.
I understand that you have the gift for Anna Platypus.
I do. We do. Yes. And we're going to have X the Owl deliver it by airmail tonight.
That's wonderful, Handyman Joe Negri and Mr. McFeely.
We thought so, Your Highness. I'm glad you agree.
And we hope to see you back here tomorrow, Trolley Booklet. So we will say goodbye for now, Trolley Booklet. Well, I wonder what's gonna happen to dear Anna Platypus and her family. Well, we'll have to pretend some more about that make-believe place tomorrow.
There's also Sudoku.
You know, it gives me such a joyful feeling to be able to help you kids realize what is right and what is wrong. And I like to help you please yourself, whether it's a scary book, a wrong page of a book, or even if you're too shy of reading a book. It still gives me a wonderful feeling that you and I are still friends, no matter how young we still are. We can have we can be special no matter who we are or how we feel, and we can be loved by the best friends in this world and the next. It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside, and when you wake up ready to say, I think I'll make a snappy new day. It's such a good feeling, a very good feeling. The feeling you know that I'll be back when the day is new, and I'll have more ideas for you, and you'll have things you want to talk about. I will too. You always make each day and each week a special one for me. You know how? By being yourself. There's only one person in this whole world that is exactly like you, and that's you. And people can like you exactly as you are. And I'll be back tomorrow, television neighbors, and see you soon again tomorrow. Okay, bye.